Good morning. I'm not really sure what we're going to do today. It's Saturday and it is nice out, which I thought we'd go for a walk, but I can't really think of where to go, so that's probably not going to happen. I do need to go to the post office though, or I was supposed to go to the delivery office because apparently Frank Mel can go to the delivery office. Let's try. And then we'll think of something else today. So the Franklin's successfully been deposited at the local delivery office. I saw this on the walls come back out. Isn't that really cool? Huge. Must have taken ages. I'd love to draw, I just don't think I have the patience for it. I don't know if you can see it, but on our buses they can actually customise the back panels. That's a really nice thing to do. Don't know why it's coming out, but oh it is. So I have magically transported down to Bristol Harbour and saw this boat with John King. Don't think I've ever seen this boat before. One single funnel in red, black and white. Ah, there it is. So if you're wondering, I decided to take a last minute stroll to the Suspension Bridge because I thought I've never seen it before. So, I mean, I've got pictures on my Instagram. I mean, every person who lives in this area has them on their Instagram. You can follow me downstairs. I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, I thought I'd take you along because it's a nice little walk. But I've already shown you the walk from down there all the way to here before, so I didn't want to repeat myself. See, there's the wobbly bridge, and there's the boating area where we do water sports. There's a couple paddle boarding, but I've shown you all this before, so we'll pick back up when we get to the bit that I haven't seen before. Oh, cool. Hello, Mr. Seagull. Can you see Mr. Seagull? Yes, you can see Mr. Seagull. There's some swans back there as well just now, but there are loads of people in front of them. Some people paddleboarding, or the sport world ended up in the water, I think. So, not for me. It's a nice little area down here though, I do like it. So last time I came this way we went down that path there to the Spinny Bridge, but this time we're just going this way, continuing along Cumberland Basin Road. Now, if we catch it at the right time, you'll see this lock kind of filling up and closing. I don't think I'm going to catch it today, but it's quite cool. You can kind of see it from the bridge. I'm not entirely sure what this is. I'm guessing it's something to do with keeping the boats moored or something. Maybe? I have absolutely no idea, but it's absolutely huge. With a big ring in the middle. Oh, I do love this. So we're heading to the Suspension Bridge, which is probably Brunel's most well-known bridge. But this bridge has a little sign on it saying, Brunel's other bridge. Probably not so well known that he built this bridge as well. And there's the bridge we're heading towards. Not the one in front, the one in behind. The one with a bit of a tower. And just look how deep this water is. We don't want to fall in there. But yeah, this is a lock. That's what helps to keep that level at the right level. So it allows water in from the Cumberland Basin on the other side. And it comes in, lets boats and stuff through. Boats and stuff. And these giant gates, kind of one opens, it lets the boats in on the water's at the right level, then it closes and then that one opens and boats can continue on sailing. You can actually do tours on the Matthew and other boats that actually come right through this, which is quite cool. Now we need to get onto this bridge, but unfortunately we're not on the right side, so we have to find an exit first. Just to show you the good job it does, that's the water from the lock at the moment, and that's what it looks like on the other side of the lock. It's all running out towards the channel, I think. And there's a better view of the bridge we're going on in a minute. Assuming I can find an exit out of this place. I'm glad I came out this afternoon. The weather still looks a bit iffy. Look at the clouds behind that hotel. Yuck. Looks like it wants to chuck it down, but the forecast doesn't say it, so we're kind of gambling because I left my umbrella at home. I will point out, I didn't intend to leave my umbrella at home. That was a complete accident. I didn't intend carrying this way today. But I thought it was a nice day, I didn't want to waste it. Now you can walk up this really steep hill to Clifton, or you can come down here and go a little bit more scenic route, which is what I'm going to do, because I love this path. So, look, there's a path down here which is really lush to walk up. So just before you get to the bridge down here, I'll come to the sign, the Clifton Rocks Railway, opened 1893 to 1934, which was the start of the tunnel. It used to be kind of a gated entrance, but it's all kind of closed off now. I think sometimes they open it on Bristol open doors, so it'll be fun to explore if they do reopen it again this year. Don't know if they will, but that was a peek inside that bit of the tunnel. But yeah, there's the bridge, and just as you approach underneath it, there's a path on the right hand side, and that's where we're heading for. And here it is. It's called the zigzag path. You can't quite see it on that sign, but you'll see why it's called that very shortly. It's quite steep. It's a nice little wander through some trees, which I quite like. But sitting in my steep baby doody. Oh, but it does get quieter as you get further away from the road, which is always nice. And it'll give you some nice views of the bridge to go up as well, provided you don't fall over on the way. See, the bridge slowly gets in more detail as you go up. But see, it curves that way up here, it curves all the way up there, and then curves over back in that direction, and then back on itself up there. It's very steep and it's very zigzaggy, but it's so nice to walk through trees, especially when you stay close to the centre of Bristol. I mean, there's Lee Woods just across the road from here, but in that direction across the bridge, which I'll definitely take you to eventually. But it's a nice short path, albeit a little bit steep, but it's nice. I mean, just look at the bridge peeking through the trees. It's so cool. It's not the best view the bridge can get. It's a nice peek as you approach it. So the zigzag path comes out there just in front of the suspension bridge. There's a viewing point over there, which I don't think is the best viewing point in Bristol, but it's okay, especially if the sun's on the wrong side. It doesn't kind of come out quite well. But aside from that, we've got Prince's Lane. Some really amazing views down there towards Bristol. Don't know why I've never seen that view before. I'm not sure why it's coming out of the camera, but it's quite pretty. That's right next to Clifton Rocks Railway. This is the top of the railway. It's currently closed at the moment, and it's been closed for quite some time. But this is the top of that place we saw down the bottom. So as you can see from here, there is the viewing platform, or the place you're meant to view the bridge from. You can kind of see it from here. But there's actually a far better place to view the bridge from, and it's just over there. I mean, it looks slightly better from here, but I think we can do a bit better than this. I've never been a particular fan of this view, because it always always seems to be in silhouette. But there's a much better view just up that hill. But before I take you to the best view of the bridge, let's go on it, because the views from it are pretty cool, as you can see just from up here. We're still not quite on the bridge yet, but you can see what the views are going to be like when you're on it. People do really love these views, as you can tell. And there's the bridge itself. Doesn't really matter how many times you go over it, it's always really impressive. It's just held up between these two places by these two pillars and this massive amount of steel through the sky. This is what you might call Brunel's first bridge in Bristol. And there's the views. I'm not going to stop because I don't want to block the traffic. The views aren't as good from the other side, but they're still nice. As you can see, it's free to walk on. It's a paid toll to cross on the vehicle. So another really good place to see the bridge is from that balcony over there. It's kind of behind one of the pubs. It's got the Clifton Hotel. Just down the road we came on to turn off. It's just down there. And there's the bridge again. It is really impressive. If you stand still, you can actually feel it. Not waving, but just blowing about in the breeze very slightly. And there's Bristol, all the way over there. It's worth coming for just for the views. So coming off the bridge on the right hand side is the visitor centre, which has some kind of history and information about the bridge, which here's that kind of thing. It's kind of interesting. It's just there for those little green doors on the right hand side. And what do you do once you've walked one way? You walk back the other side. Now admittedly the other side isn't quite as interesting, and the view's going to go out just to more rocks. I'll show you them anyway. It's interesting to see the different sides of the bridge. And here's the views on the other side of the bridge. and that's Lee Woods. You can get a view of the bridge from one of the walks in Lee Woods, and the last time it was a bit too overgrown, so I didn't see it. You can observe the bridge. That's Clifton Observatory, and that yellow thing down there, which I can never see, so if you can see, is actually an observe point to give another view of the bridge. There's a pretty good view of the bridge from that walkway, which goes around there, which is where we're going to head next. But I don't think anyone can argue, this bridge is a pretty cool bridge, and it's so cool just to walk across every now and again. Look at the views and admire the structure. So as you come off the bridge, look towards what's going to become a cafe. It's currently a set of toilets. It's looking very nice at the moment. Look for this path to the left. This path takes you up to Observatory Hill. So I think probably the best views of the Clifton Suspension Bridge. It's still a bit of a steep climb, but it's worth it. See, there's the bridge peeking through again. Just about. I'm not gonna lie, this view is probably one of my favourite views of the bridge. You can see both towers, you can see all the detail peeking through, see the woods in the distance on the back, in the distance and the trees in the front. I think it looks lush. Such a nice view of the bridge. And as you follow the path, the bridge becomes more flatter, but you get a distance in Bristol as well. If you have a landscape view of the bridge, I think this is probably one of my favourite views of it though. You get the full bridge, the full detail, and Bristol in the background. This is amazing up here. I love it so much. And we're now at possibly one of the most photographed points of Bristol. A front on view of the bridge, with Bristol very clearly in the background. It's not my favourite view, I prefer a more angled on view, but it's still pretty cool. And that yellow thing down there, is it clearer now? Maybe a little bit. That's the observation point, which I think is a pretty good view of the bridge as well, but it must do, because it's a paid for thing. You get it through Observatory Hill, or Clifton Observatory I should say, just up there. Well, that was an unexpected afternoon wander to the Suspension Bridge. I hope you liked it and I hope to see more. But in the meantime, thanks so much for watching, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!